All right. And here we go. We looked at the concept of franchising, and I gave the homework for you guys to look at a few franchise agreements. Did you guys happen to go through that? Anyone can respond?
Yes, sir. I done.
Good. Which franchise agreement did you go across, Rishabh?
Sir, it's a bakery-based franchisee. Company name is Bagel.
Bagel. Yes, I think I know about that company. Yes, it's a French company, possibly. Not sure though.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any one point from that franchise which you would like to share with us over here?
Yes, sir. I would like to share.
Mhm.
Sir, in the franchisee agreement, where is sir means that is a
Just a second.
franchisee.
Just give me a second, my dear. Apology for this.
Okay, sir.
Apology for this disturbance. Please continue, Rishabh.
Hmm. Sir, one section I'm going to share is financial qualifications, sir. So in this section, we have able to see assets and values of assets, and in the second one we also see we can identify the sources of current income and the net investment income, salary, real estate income, and other income. And then we in the documents we can also see legal section, where is we can find uh, the person who is going to sign the franchisee document, application, and non-NDA, non-disclosure agreement.
Mhm.
Uh, it's about, I think, their background, so they can see that person have not committed any crime, or he's not suffered from any bankruptcy in
It's
past
called
seven
background
years.
verification. Yes. Mhm.
Yes, sir, it is.
Mhm.
And there is also a section, brand section, sorry, brand passion, means they want to why we are that person who want to take franchisee, why they want to a franchisee. So they ask some questions like what do you like to about Basil, and what makes you to take franchisee, means they were talking about what you're thinking about their company.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
yes.
Those are
Yes, sir.
valuable points, Rishabh. Thank you very much. Uh, Likita, would you like to share anything from your homework? Likita, you are muted. You may want to unmute yourself. Likita, you need to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, my dear, you are.
Sir, sorry, sir. Yeah, I didn't do the homework, sir.
Okay. So
Actually,
try
I
to do
didn't
that
hear
on
about,
Monday.
I didn't know that.
What blocked you from doing the
Sure, sir.
homework? Yeah, what blocked you from doing the
Thanks.
homework? Anything from my side which can help you?
No, sir. My health is not good. Now it's okay.
Okay, I understand that part. Sure, done. Okay, so take care of your health, Likita, as well. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next one. We looked at this concept of red ocean and blue ocean as well. And here is something very interesting. We have both Steve Jobs and Bill Gates sharing the dais. And, I mean, both of them, they are known faces everywhere. So both are kind of big competition to each other, right? So if we look at these segmentation or the positioning, I think I should term it first, the positioning. The first question which comes to the mind is, what do you think that they are supplying a similar product or service? There's a question to you guys. What do you guys think? Anyone can respond.
No, sir. In my opinion, they were not supplying similar services,
And why do you say that?
sir. Because as we know, Apple is a Apple brand, I think, and their phones is very expensive, and they comes with their exceptional uh, features, sir. And in other hands, there is Microsoft, है ना, sir.
Mhm,
Microsoft, it is mainly based on, I think, Windows operating systems.
mhm,
So and they were working on computer operating systems, and they were also launching phone, but their phone's quality and their features are totally different from Apple. So that's the thing makes me to say that.
All right. Thank you, Rishabh, for your comments. Manashri, Likita, what are your thoughts? Are they supplying the same product or service?
No, sir. As Rishabh told,
Mhm,
Apple brand is very unique for its product like Apple iPads, Apple phones, etc.
mhm.
Whereas in Microsoft, they are providing operating systems like Windows. So I thought both are different.
Apple provides a MacBook, right? So which uses the Apple operating system, right? So they have also an operating system. But yes, Likita, you are right,
Yes,
and
sir.
Rishabh is also correct. The primary thing is the positioning, though the word which Rishabh used is features. So let's try to think bigger than feature over here, because these companies, the CEO of these companies, they think about the positioning first and the features next. So Apple had initially itself, Steve Jobs has thought that Apple will be positioned as a premium segment. The moment you are seen holding a MacBook or an Apple phone, the other people perceive you as a person with taste, with a premium taste, right? So that is the positioning they wanted in the mind of the customer who is using any kind of operating system. And that's why people buy Mac or iPhone. Yeah. Right. So this is now, I'm very glad that you guys are getting near, almost near to the concept of understanding and able to distinguishing between two similar products. I'm glad we are there together. All right. And then it says, this is the second thing you have to establish. And by doing that, you can understand better which need is not met at the moment. So this is specifically speaking about the unmet needs, unmet demands in the market. If there is not an unmet demand, maybe you can create a demand over here. You can think of doing that, but certainly the approach varies depending on the nature of the problem and certainly the resources, right? This we have discussed at a very great length. We need to conduct a very vast survey to understand the scope of our industry. How big is the industry? The threat could be if the industry could be shrinking, like the other day when we were discussing that, let's say we think that this is a niche market, we should try to enter into this market, while someone existing in the market may be planning to shut down their shop silently without advertising to the world. So it's very important for us to get this input from the market, that is this market going to shrink? If yes, then it's better not to be in that market, right? So this kind of in this kind of uh, information gathering is done again by marketing people like you. How many buyers are there? This will help you figure out the segment market, the what we were discussing towards the end of yesterday. How big is my segment, right? Are there any substitute products? Like, let's say if I'm already supplying toothpaste, are there existing products which are there? Are there any barriers to entry? Barriers to entry could be, for example, let's say I see that, okay, this is a new toothpaste which I intend to launch. What is the barrier to entry? So the barrier to entry could be, in this case, for example, a huge investment needed to set up a factory. Uh, in let's put in the case of software. So in the software case, the barrier to entry is a bit low if you are holding all the IP, like Likita was saying, that she has an idea to teach. Um, and she it's her IP actually. So the barrier to entry is a bit low because everything is material is with Likita, and she can use her skills to teach the children without going and spending a single rupee extra. It's her time cost certainly, so the opportunity cost is there. Now, what is this opportunity cost? Let's understand this, and very this is again a primary factor which should be kept in mind while starting a new business. Say Likita has decided to venture out in the field of teaching. Now, her now it means that Likita is going to be not taking any salary from anyone because she is on her own. And say the project goes on for 6 months before she can decide to continue this further and scale it up further. For these 6 months, Likita could have easily landed herself into a job in the industry, which might be paying her some, let's say, 8 to 10 lakh rupee per year. So if for 6 months she has decided to not join that job, it means that Likita is losing out on 4 to 5 lakhs in the 6 months. This is her opportunity cost. The opportunity which she is taking up to pursue her passion, to pursue her entrepreneurship, there is a cost associated, which is this cost. So while evaluating whether I will be able to make this much money or not, we should definitely count in the factor of opportunity cost on top of the expenses which we expect to have in our business. Right? Okay. Now, once we have the answer to all the questions which we have discussed in the last 4 classes, we can then identify the need, have a fair idea of the competition, and the regulatory constraints is something again which is very important in the market. Let's speak about it a bit. Say that we are getting all the green flags in terms of our uh, survey. We find that the need is there. We find that people are ready to try out the POC. We find that if successful, we can also get money from the market. We also see that the market is not shrinking. Rather, we think that, I mean, after 3 years, there'll be more people in Hyderabad to teach. So we think that the market is also growing. However, is my business falling under the regulatory limits, the legal limits of the set by the government for the business? Is it not violating anything? What if there is some kind of a violation which I'm not aware of, which unknowingly I may end up doing? So these are the regulatory constraints which I'm referring to, are essentially the rules set up by the government, state or central government, to set up a shop in that country. My shop, once I am planning to set that up, certainly has to meet the regulatory compliances. There are specialized people who attend to this regulatory compliances. They are called auditors. So once you have a business, normally every year you are expected to file a compliance notice, not a notice, a compliance information you submit to the government. And this compliance information, naturally, the business owner cannot submit because there has to be an external authority which will monitor your activities and will say that, yes, I think that the business is very much suited within the auditory rules laid by the state government and or the central government. So I am giving them, this auditor will say, I am giving this business a compliance certificate, and the government then understands that, okay, this certificate is not coming from the business owner, rather it is coming from the auditor who has been a recognized auditor. He is a certified auditor from the government. And that's how we know that we are also following the business regulations and we are not violating any of these. That keeps us on the right path. Any new idea, whether to start with or while running the business, once we want to pursue, it's very important to consider this part as well, because knowingly or unknowingly, we should not be violating any kind of regulatory compliances which have been set by the government. Right? Okay. Now, here we are, Likita. We were thinking the other day, well, I have an idea, and now let me think how I can shove it down the distribution channel. So it means like I am rushing to implement my idea. This was the first mistake which I had done in my first business, and I suffered big time. I was in love with technology. I thought, what a beautiful solution, dual camera, GPS, AI implemented way back in 2018. And I was thinking, oh man, I mean, this is going to be so beautiful. People are just gonna love it. But the market didn't love it at all. It shoved me away, right? So the process now which we have learned, once we follow that, our chances to become successful in the business increase highly. This is true for any entrepreneur as well as a joinee to the new company. Also now, once they join or before they join, they can try to have a checklist of these questions and see that the company which they desire to join or from whom they are getting the offer letter, is it actually meeting all those standards, all those checklists? If yes, then it's a very good company to go and put your best into that and bring out something beautiful together with the existing company resources. I just want to read this last line. When you approach a new opportunity this way, when you introduce your product and your service and a service, you can expect to have substantial sales and growth for your company. Lovely. It is actually, I'm feeling very happy to read this, because this is actually a process to which we have been introduced. And I sincerely hope this thing helps you all. Yeah. All right. So any questions do we have on this one?
Can we talk about the line you have read just?
Absolutely. Now, when we approach, what this statement says essentially is a new opportunity. As a student, as an entrepreneur, there are the whole entire world is in front of us as an opportunity. Say we get a new idea, scenario one, to implement. Say we want to join a company, scenario two. In both these cases, if we have a checklist in front of us, which says that is the POC established in the company? For example, let's say the scenario two, wherein we are intending to join a company. Is the POC of the company established? If it is not, it means there is a bit of a risk in joining at this point in time, because if the POC fails, my efforts are going down the drain. Then the question is, am I ready to take the risk? If yes, bingo, go ahead and join the founders. If not, then there is no point moving on to the next question on the checklist. Move to another company rather and apply the checklist. Say the POC has been established. The next question is the MVP established? If yes, great. Then we go on and check, does this company have a substantial market? Okay, the market size is there. Very good. What kind of competition is it facing? Okay, so this has got the existing competitions are doing this company. What is this company doing differently? Okay, so you tend to figure out after speaking with the technology guys or the HR in the company, what you are doing different compared to the competition. Once you figure that out, then you figure out, are the resources in the company equally motivated to continue with this, adding this USP further, refining this USP further? Great. Once you can figure that out, then you check, okay, is the market also growing or is it going to shrink? So, for example, let's say a scenario which was prevalent 20 years back, when people were adopting the desktop big, you guys may not have seen those, but they were big monitors which we used to have. At that point in time, for computers, right? At that point in time, if someone was planning to launch a new monitor based company, a good insightful person would easily check that, hey, you know what, the world is shifting to the laptops. They don't want a big monitor on their table. They want very small space and very powerful space. The whole CPU and the monitor is going to be integrated into a single foldable unit called a laptop. An insightful person would have easily seen that and would have discouraged himself to join that company. However, if at that point in time, a new company was actually coming up, on the contrary, a new company was coming up with, which was showing the laptop to the world, and you saw that this company, and let's say you were at that point in time, and you were wanting to understand whether I should join this company or not. So if you do the research, you figure out, hey, you know, if you look at year-on-year market growth of this laptop company, you could easily see that year-on-year, last year the market was only 1%. This year people are using 5%. So it means that the market is growing. So this is the right time for me to be in. Once you have these questions and then you top it up with the regulatory compliances that the company is not breaking one of them, this becomes true, especially in fintech companies. They unnecessary, I won't say unnecessary, but they, without knowing sometimes, they end up into these kind of compliance and regulatory issues, which hamper the the future of many employees over there, along with the founders as well. Yeah. So once everything is a green, green mark, checklist is tick mark for you, then it's a good time to join. So this was scenario two. Scenario one, we have already discussed by taking the example of Likita. At each stage, we were trying to see whether the POC is going to pass or not. What is the criteria for the POC to pass, we used to figure out that what is the criteria, what is the benchmark for the MVP to pass. Once we have those things listed out in front of us, then, and along with the business size, the TAM, target addressable, the segment addressable, obtainable, all these things, once it is clear and laid out in front of us, and we see that we are capable to do that, then it's very good. That's what it says. When you approach a new opportunity this way, when I say this way, the way is this: step by step, following the checklist. And then when you introduce your product and or the service, you can expect to have good business growth for your company. Is it clear to you now, Rishabh?
Yes, sir. Everything is now clear.
Lovely. Any questions? Manashri, Likita?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I'm clear.
Lovely. All right. I'm very happy. Now, there are 2 pointers for today. First thing is, I want one of you to help out Manashri on the few contents which she had been missing out on. Manashri, you can reach out to any of our colleagues here because you had not been able to attend yesterday's or a couple of days sessions. So please reach out and exchange the notes. And second,
Okay, sir.
yeah, sure. And second point is, please complete the homework which I had assigned to you. Now that we have completed this competition, the red ocean, blue ocean, the POC, coming classes, we will take up small assignments on the sides of social media. So what we will do is we will try to pick up one by one some aspects of some parameters of the social media, and then we will try to see how to have this aspect incorporated into the practical assignments. So the with because now I see that you guys have reached a stage wherein you have the capability to say that, distinguish that this kind of a client is fit for this kind of a product. This kind of a client may not fit. For example, as I was saying, that let's say a company is planning to launch a toothpaste with the smaller size, then you know that uh, this traveling clients who are traveling a lot, meaning to say those who are using the railways or the bus services or the flights, they most probably will be good customer for this small toothpaste. So now we will in the coming classes we'll start to work on our existing product. We'll try to figure out what kind of competitions to first find those competitions, part of the work which you already have done. I would be asking you to do extend a bit more on that, and I want to sow the seeds today itself. Yes. So I am gonna share my screen now, my Instagram account with you. I'm gonna show you a few posts on the Instagram, and then I'm gonna ask you to work on some assignments. All right? Is everyone okay with this?
Yes, sir.
All right. So good.
Yes, sir.
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. Let's make our hands a bit dirty now. Right? Okay. I'm just opening my Instagram. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir, it is
Yes,
visible.
Can you see this Instagram account?
Yes, sir.
Lovely. All right. Great. So, are you guys have all the three of you created an Instagram account or have an existing Instagram account?
Yes, sir, I have.
yes, sir, we have. I have.
Lovely. Great. Great. Manshri?
Yes, sir.
Great. Do you guys use the Instagram account?
Yeah, yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, good. Then
Yes,
that
sir.
I'm very happy. That makes my job a lot easier then. So in Instagram account, you have seen this thing called create. Are you guys, and we have learned how to create a post and a reel. Remember, we took this as our first assignment,
Yes, sir. Post
right?
and
Yeah,
carousel.
yes, sir.
Lovely.
Yes, sir.
Now, great, great. Now, in Instagram, one of the things, we will take very baby steps right now. One of the things which we see people using is called tags. Okay. So these are the hashtags. So not before the tags, let me touch upon the hashtags. So let's pick any particular, some specific. All right. Let me scroll down first on my Instagram and let me check something useful over here. Right. Let's take this for example. Right. So here, this is taking me to the Facebook page. I ideally wanted to look at a. Okay, let's look at this Facebook page. Oh, this has taken me to a landing page. Right. Okay. Every Indian can and should do this. Great. This is fine, my dear friend. But where is your call to action? Okay, it's not there. Not a problem. I'm just gonna click on one of the posts here. Forgive me, I'm not sure if it is hung or what. I'm moving the scrolling the mouse, but okay. Okay, let's pick any of these posts here. All right. I'm just taking a random post over here. Yeah. And in this post, we see that normally there are some contents, some text, some information or promotion, whatever the person wants to put. Then this here he is addressing it, follow at your chat GPT guide. So here it's whenever someone adds at, it is called a mention. So here it is like they are mentioning someone. It could be yourself as well. People may want to write a post to follow them and they put their mention itself over here. So I can be Gaurav and I can say that follow at Gaurav for XYZ things for learning Gen AI. And then they use a lot of hashtags over here. So anything following the hash without spaces is called a hashtag. and people can use up to 30 hashtags. I remember on Instagram. So all these hashtags, they need to be separated by one space. And we can use, as I mentioned, we can use multiple hashtags over here. The hashtags are better that they have to be relevant to the audience, for the audience for whom we are planning to post. Are you guys already using hashtags and mentions?
Yes, sir.
Good, great. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Lovely. Very happy to hear that. Great. I'm so happy now. Now it will be even smoother. I can see that there's less than a minute left over here. I'm going to stop the sharing and I'm going to disconnect and let's reconnect right now.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
So Manashri, please reconnect using the same link.